What's going on, Paisanos? V here. Coming to you guys, well, a little market watch today. Before we begin, I just want to say, 2022 was a bit of a weird year, was it not? It was wild, and 2023 is something I really want to do moving forward in more of a positive manner as far as content creation. I love doing YouTube. I love streaming on Twitch. It's just things I really love, and I do have a big family, but I do have time set aside to create content. My wife is amazing at helping watching the kids, so I can hang out and record videos and do things I enjoy and authentically love doing. With that said, I wanted to ask you guys, I actually made a poll here, got almost 300 votes. What should I do? Should I continue doing One Piece streams, it's a trading card game? Should I stream remote duels? Stream remote duel edit format or mass duels? This is a question I authentically wanted to know what you guys think. I obviously know majority is going to be talking about doing remote duels. I actually have it swapped over. I don't really have one pick, but whatever. It's all over the place, but it's pretty much, in my opinion, tied between One Piece and remote duels. So I kind of want to do remote duels again, and my love for Pendulums have never really went away, but my love of playing YuGiOh in the meta right now, as of the past week, I went to 2 locals, and I loved it. And I want to continue doing it. I think I might take that to remote duels. And I want to know if you guys want to come over and hang out. We talk about YuGiOh. We talk about the meta. Even though it's dank, we can still find ways to make it fun and interesting. Not only that, I did see a profile of Pendulums that ran Shaddolls. Something I might consider in the future, but you know me, I love my Shaddolls. I love the way to play in the deck, and I really would like if you guys would hang out with me on Twitch. TV YGOPaisano. I'll probably do a video quickly on the channel when that does come. All right. One thing I also forgot about is reading your comments. I get a lot of comments, and I pretty much enjoy them, and I pretty much like reading them, and I kind of just move on. But in my videos, I want to talk about one. This guy says Corey Hill Lily Bow says, Max Rarity? You're insane! On the main deck and Starlights. Buy and watch value tank soar. It's not how you spell Starlights and tanks. Okay, listen. I don't... It's like having a nice car. Everyone has their dream car. It doesn't always have to be a Ferrari or a Lambo. It can be whatever they want as a dream car. Everyone has something nice. And for some, it's expensive and out of their reach. I understand. I used to be that way with Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I played the crappiest deck in the meta because I couldn't afford the most expensive deck in the meta. But I would tell you this. If you have the opportunity to get something nice, like a nice new car, what have you, you're going to do it. And people are going to look at you and go, oh, why would you spend so much money on that? But they don't understand, but you do. It makes perfect sense to you. So when I have a deck and it's almost max rarity or max rarity, whatever it is, it's because I enjoy it. It's something that I can do for myself. I like it. I don't care if you like my fancy car. I like it. And that's why I like to have max rarity cards. It's something I really authentically have a great time playing with. Will I have same fun with common cards? Sure. But the max rarity, just to me, makes me enjoy it. Just like you having a piece of crap hoopty, and if you had a choice, if you had 2 keys, one was the hoopty and one was the car of your dreams, you'd always take the car of your dreams. The hoopty, that thing's gonna rust up if it hasn't done so already. That's what I'm trying to say in my videos. All right. Let's talk about the meta because oh, by the way, someone also commented V can talk about cards that are good for collectors. And every one of my videos, I'm gonna try to touch on one card that I think that collectors might be interested in, and should they buy or sell. So that's gonna be happening as well. All right. Kashira Fenrir. This card out of Dark Ring Blast has been going up in value. We already knew that. It's hitting $71. If you look over here, though, you can see a couple over here for 64, 64. It starts going to 66, and then we're in the $70 range. Is it time to buy Kashira Fenrir? Now, to be honest with you, I really don't know. This card is going to be a 3-up must-have needed, but it'll be coming to a deck near you in the YuGiOh meta. I think it will. I think it'll happen post-ban list. But once again, is it going to happen soon? Are you going to be forced to buy this? Probably soon. We don't know. Forced to buy it? Come on now. It's Yu-Gi-Oh! Of course you're forced to buy the best stuff if you want to win. Listen. Beasteel Magnemud. Konami. Can we get an OTS reprint? Beasteel Magnemud right now is some dumb prices. When it first came out, it was offering around $3. It quickly went up, and now it's currently at $20. I mean, you can see over here, too. People are buying this card for $20 for a super rare Konami. Calm down. Another card I think is really good, but not good right now, but I think good in the future, is Spellbound. If anyone doesn't know what this card says, it says, all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls cannot be attributed or used as material for a fusion, secret, exceed, or link someone to the end of the turn. So it's only face-up monsters, but that's pretty dope. It's like saying, hey, all this crap you have right here, yeah, you ain't doing nothing with it. That's it. That's what this card says. And the cool thing about this is, unlike D-Barrier, you don't have to pick anything. You just flip it and you say, all that? is what it is. Look at the current price point. This card is still selling constantly for roughly anywhere as low as $5 to as high as $7. The current value is roughly around $6 right now on the market. Do you buy it? I don't know. I think if you get it for $5, sure. Anything higher, I feel like you're getting ripped off. Guardian Chimera is another card that actually starting to go down in value. It was starting roughly around $60 as far as October, but now as filming up this video, the value of this card is roughly around $34. You can see the market actually shoot down. It actually did at one point hit a price point of 27, and as of now, it's been bought for roughly around $40. This one says 31. I'm not sure if that guy bought a verifiable seller, but I mean, you can see people are still buying this card on the daily, to be honest with you. And to be honest with you, is this card even worth it? Well, I think every Yu-Gi-Oh player wants to grab one of these. The problem is it worth grabbing it now? Probably not. I don't think there's any deck besides Aluber deck that actually uses this. That's because it's the only deck that kind of utilizes Guardian Chimera, and no other deck really cares about this card. So I do think this is a great card, but I don't know if you need it right now. I personally have two, and I'm still going to be holding on to because I just don't want to get rid of them, but I do think this card will be reprinted in the future. So I said about Shaddolls earlier. If you guys are new to the channel, by the way, how's it going? Hit the subscribe button. For those who've been watching for a while, you know one of my favorite decks, and not my favorite deck in the game, is probably going to be Blackwings or Shaddolls. I always lean towards Shaddolls to the current meta because I enjoy the crap out of Shaddolls in the current meta. Cards like Contract are amazing. Cards like Shakanaga are insane. And cards like Winda, well, it makes Yu-Gi-Oh players that bought a lot of money in their deck complain about their card should be banned. It's always great when people bitch about a card that's like almost a decade old and saying their card should be banned with their brand new cards that they're buying into. To me, it's interesting and hilarious. With that said, is Winda going to see play in the future of the game of Yu-Gi-Oh? Well, in the OCG, it's starting to see play. Now, the meta's kind of weird in the OCG because their balance is insane. So we're seeing things like Tri-Brigade come back. And one of the best ways to beat Tri-Brigade is popping on a board, looking at your opponent and going, I hope you have the answer. And then if they do have the answer, you go, okay, you're cool. I'm going to go activate Havness and just combo off anyway. And then if you play two Winda, you look at them again and you say, do you have it again? Like, the thing about Shaddolls, which I like so much, is the fact that this deck can float for days. I enjoy the crap of the idea of cards that have that floating effect. And the mirror match is really interesting because you're fighting floating with floating. And if you guys played back in Shaddolls Burning Abyss format, you know exactly what I mean. It's really fun. And as much as the meta can be stale, some Yu-Gi-Oh players will always complain about the meta, I think it's really interesting because it's really skill-based when you're fighting out, okay, this is going to float, this can't float, how do I fight this board? And you gotta have an answer, or else you're losing that game. So I do think Shaddolls can come back in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! I think they'll be coming back with Telements, as Telements are the dominant fusion deck at the moment. And I won't be surprised if we see Shaddolls start making its way up in the top cuts of YCS events. It's not gonna happen immediately, but I do think there is a future in which this can happen, especially Winda. Then we have Stardust Dragon, Starlight Rare. I talked about this card actually being relatively low not long ago compared to its Ghost Rare counterpart. The value did start spiking up, and I mean, you can see over here, I mean, it was $600. Looking at the value of the card right now, it's almost near $800. $800. And listen, day before Christmas, someone bought it for almost near $800 for a Starlight Rare Stardust Dragon. Now, don't get me wrong, this card's great. I think every Yu-Gi-Oh player wanting to play Edison format wants this for Edison format. But the thing is it worth it? $800? Work a little harder, save a little more money up, and just get yourself a Ghost Rare first edition. Like, if someone rocks a Starlight Rare, the best way is just popping that Ghost Rare on board and going, you should have worked harder. Like, that's the best way to shut them up. Like, if they're going, oh, my deck is so raw, and Starlight Rare. Like, Starlight Rare? Bitch made. Boom! Ghost Rare. And then they look at you and you go, yeah, like that, bro. And then they probably lose the game. And even if they win, they still lost. Listen, Gizmic Naganaki, the Sunrise Signal. Konami loves, like, what's it called? What's that word? Limericks, I think it is? No, it's a word when it keeps saying things over and over again. Like, any one of these cards, like the Festa Fox, the Fecundity, like, Konami just giggles every time they come up with names. Anyway, this card actually might start seeing play in the future of this game. I think this card will see play in that new Firefighter archetype, which I love, and I'm going to get on myself. I love that archetype. This whole story behind it, I'll probably talk about that in my live streams, but Gizmic Naganaki, the Sunrise Signal, is actually a card that could potentially see play, and to be honest with you, the value is kind of tanked. Not that it was worth anything to begin with. The value of this card right now, as filming this video, is 45 cents a copy. But if you want to go to other versions, there is another version. It's common for commoners. That's about 2 cents in case you just want to grab this card. Or might even have it if you bought 2022 Ten of Pharaoh Gods. Someone said in my comments, and I still get it at least once a week, some dumbass, V, you talk really fast. Listen, Tard, you listen really slow. Get it together, okay? Your slow listening is slowing it down for the rest of the boys. Get it together. If not, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to unsubscribe you from my channel. I can't have people who listen slow to a guy who talks normal. I'm sorry, and I'm not sorry. But it doesn't even matter because you can't fucking hear me because your brain's retarded. Listen, just go away. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of Market Watch people out there who talk really slow. Hey everybody, here's my video. Pot of Prosperity, Starlight, Rare. Fuck out of here! Anyway, this card Starlight Rare is a card I'm trying to sell actually. It's my TCG plays. Listen, someone buy this garbage off me. Not that I hate this card. I don't hate this card. I at one point wanted to get a play set. But to be honest with you, I don't need this card in the current game right now. And if I'm focusing on tournaments, I'd rather have this Pot of Prosperity, for me, say Dark, the Dark Charmer Gloomy. That's what I want. So I'm trying to get rid of this card. If anyone wants looking for a Starlight Prosperity, I'd greatly appreciate if you guys wanted to buy from me. If not, no big deal. The last sale was done on beginning of December for $630. So I get it if nobody wants to buy it, but goddamn, it's a good looking card. But once again, like I said, is it really worth this high price? Probably if you want to play that, especially if you want to play it in like Flundery's max rarity. All right, then we have Ignister. So in the OCG, Ignister is kind of real, and in TCG, Ignister is also kind of real. And I always find it funny that YuGiOh players kind of forgot about the fact that this deck is actually really dangerous. This deck, when it pops up, can shut a lot of plays down. One of the few decks I own max rarity in its original set is Ignister, and the reason why is because Ignister max rarity isn't too expensive, but more importantly, Ignisters can still be good. That's the craziest part about this whole thing. Not only do I think Ignister can be good, I think Ignister can shut down a lot of decks and catch a lot of people off guard, giving them free wins to the Ignister player. And if you own Ignister, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you don't own it, and $2.20 for Bakari is too much money for your blood, the Ultra is a nickel for Ignisters. We also have IP Masquerade. Now this card comes in and out of the Yu-Gi-Oh meta, just like Prosperity, just like Appaloosa. IP Masquerade's price point at one point was like $700. And to everybody watching saying, V, that's crazy. It's insanely high. Yeah, you're not wrong. But you're wrong if you think it's going to slow down. The card sold roughly in the middle of last month for almost near $1,500. Look at the card right now, the value is still around almost near $1,500 for Starlight Rare IP Masquerade. You can say waifu tax, sure, but the card also sees meta play. The card's actually a card, and it's the second Starlight ever to be released. It has the Black Rose Dragon effect, where since Black Rose's second Ghost Rare to be released, it's a lot of money. Same thing like IP Masquerade. Sees a good amount of play, just like Black Rose Dragon did. They're following almost the same path. Then we have Beyond the Pendulums. This card at Dimension Force has been rising in value slowly, selling actually not too long ago for $18, and actually on the same day for $22. The current value of this card is roughly around, like $23 for a Beyond the Pendulum. Now, I'm not a big fan of the current meta of Pendulums right now. I think they're really cool. I think it's really fun to play, and if you're really bored of playing a deck like Telements, Pendulums might be your answer. But don't be upset if you don't get the same results as you would if you played tournaments nonstop. It is what it is. I don't think this card's a bad card. I think this card's a great card. And I do think Pendulum players definitely have a good chance at least topping a locals. Maybe even getting a regional invite. But don't get bummed when you go to a YCS after taking your vaccine because Konami told you to, because card game companies are evidently pharmaceutical companies and get blasted out of that event because you're playing Pendulums. So I said I'll talk about collectible card, and here goes. I'm talking about three of them. All right, Mobius the Frost Monarch. Mobius the Frost Monarch is a super duper old school card. She's actually playing goats in the side deck, if not, unless you're playing Frognarchs, as well as she's playing Essence format, and just in generally a very old card out of Solar Duelist. Insanely old. The current value for a lightly played first edition, which I would argue would be the version to get, is about $94, and which I think is currently undervalued. And the reason why is because she's played in two alternative Yu-Gi-Oh formats, and to be honest with you, the card is a really good looking ultimate rare card. Really clean, really old, really hard to find, and for $94, not a bad buy. Next, we have Enemy Controller. This card at an Ancient Sanctuary is desperately due for a higher rarity printing. As much as Konami loves printing higher rarity cards, Econ over here, well, to be honest with you, this card should be worth a lot more than what it is. Like, a ton more than what it is. Econ currently right now is worth, this is the highest rarity version, by the way, because it's the hardest one to find, is worth about $31 for first edition ultra rare. Now, will Konami ultimately make a CR? Yeah, probably, because they make it on any card. So I wouldn't be surprised if we could see a CR Econ, which will probably go from a roundabout price of roughly around $100, which will eventually stabilize to like $60 to $70, as this card doesn't really see as much play. With that said, should you own an Enemy Controller? I don't know really to give you that answer, because to be honest with you, I think this is a bad buy for a collector. But for someone like me who plays competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! And sees this card sporadically, this card's not a bad card. Not only that, but the card is a pretty cool looking card in the artwork wise. And to be honest with you, it's an old card. Ancient Sanctuary? Dirt old. So I bought my playset forever ago. I still have it. I'm never going to sell it. And I think that's something that you might want to consider if you're in my position. Then we have Chaos Emperor Dragon, Envoy of the End. First, we're going to see about the selling. Unlimited $15. Unlimited $15. Let's go. Anyone first editions? First editions? This is important. Look at this. First editions? Any first editions? First editions? Once again, you seen this? Nobody is buying first edition. Hold on. We'll keep going. We'll keep going. We're in October now. Oh, here we go. October, lightly played. $140. All right. Again, $140. Now let's look at the value of the current card so we can see what's going on. So we'll go over here, and we see it at $123. So the price of the original print version of Chaos Emperor Dragon Envoy of the End is going down in value. This card is only for collectors. That's it, period. End of statement. In fact, lightly play might be an insult, as you might be a gentleman who might be caring more about near mint. A near mint version of this card is going to run you roughly around $243. Obviously, you want a fair valuable seller. So this guy over here, Fat Cat Comics, sorry, you ain't getting 97%, 100, you ain't getting it. Sorry. They're going to want someone probably with the store tag right here, Certified Hobby Shop, and they're going to want to click on a picture. So if you are looking to sell this card, this is exactly how you're supposed to be doing it. Smart move on this card shop. There's a nick on the top left in case you are wanting to get graded, but if you want to get graded, are you really a collector? I don't know. This also looks like lightly played to me. In fact, this is definitely lightly played to me. Nevertheless, this is a smart move by the card shop to say, hey, listen, this is exactly how we have the card, so they won't have any chargebacks, any refund requests, so on and so forth. With that said, Chaos Emperor Dragon Envoy of the End did get a rarity boost, and it killed the value of the original print version. It came out as a CR. Now, the CR version of this card isn't a lot of money. It's $100. That's it for first edition CR. But if you're looking to collect this card, I would recommend the original print first edition. People will probably say CR is the way to go. And hey, some might even say the ultimate rare out of the Kaiba packs, the Duelist pack Kaiba, that's also going for roughly around $240. To be honest with you, it's about personal preference, because you're not going to really play this card. And if it's personal preference, and if you're OG Yu-Gi-Oh player, I would recommend getting the original print first edition, as that is the original version that, when you remember playing the game, was the one that was available at the time. Duelist pack Hybrid probably wasn't available, nor was definitely CR. That's what I recommend. Guys, make sure to go over and check out my website, YGOPaisano.com. Tomorrow, Tuesday, I will have these field centers. The shipping got delayed. It went from like near me all the way to like Chicago, all the way to like Indiana, and then back over near me. It's gonna come out this Tuesday. I will be shipping it this Tuesday. Apologies to everybody who's waiting. I'm so sorry. You will be getting these though. Your pre-sales are still there, and you're gonna get, I promise you. We only have 6 Ghost Sister collections left, and that's pretty much it. Imagine 6 left, and before people can physically buy it on the day of release, they're sold out. Wouldn't that be something? It really wouldn't be, because that's probably what's going to happen. I also took the pre-sale thing away. I'm going to refresh the website. The pre-sale thing's already taken away as well, so don't worry about that. Listen, I want to use the last minute to talk about something that I saw on Yugi Twitter, because Yugi Twitter is where all the good ideas go to take a shit on themselves. Yugi tubers, and by the way, Yassine, minus Yassine the Yugi tuber, because I think he did it right, but a lot of Yugi tubers are bending the knee to a bunch of liberal, goofy, insane people who have a political agenda, and they want to worm their way into our Yu-Gi-Oh community to promote that political agenda. Now, unfortunately for a lot of us Yu-Gi-Oh players, the top echelon of Yu-Gi tubers are a bunch of goofy liberals who like this, so they're okay with this. And every now and then you get a conservative guy, or quasi-conservative guy, whatever you want to call him. We'll call him Steven Stefanowski. He has to deal with this. I mean, the guy has a picture of him wearing a Top G shirt playing Yu-Gi-Oh. He bought that Top G shirt because he likes the guy Andrew Tate. And to be honest with you, I like some things about Andrew Tate myself. I mean, men are being dogged constantly, and it really feels good to hear a guy finally come up there and get the attention and say, hey, listen, we're being dogged, and we're not going to stand for this bullshit. Historically speaking, it hasn't worked out well for those who tried it, and currently it hasn't worked out. And Yugi Twitter is always like the mob attacking like one person. And history is filled with mobs attacking one person. And we know from history that's not normally a good thing. But somehow Yugi Twitter thinks they're special, because why not? They told each other that in their echo chamber. What I want to try to say is, though, if you bend the knee to something like Yugi Twitter, if you bend the knee to the whole Twitter space of bullshit, you're only going to empower them to do it to the next person. Eventually, they're going to make their way back around to you, too. Triff and to everybody else, anybody else. So making excuses like saying you hired somebody to do your Twitter account and they did it, not you, is a goofy way, and it's, in my opinion, a cowardly way. If you try to like give reasonings and rationalize with a mob, they don't rationalize well. Ultimately, they're still going to find ways to come at you. It might not be today because you rationalize your way out of it, you talk your way out of it, but inevitably, they're gonna come at you. So why are you bending a knee? It's embarrassing. For those who are conservative, for those who are just regular dudes who want to play Yu-Gi-Oh, for everybody to see you bend a knee because you like Andrew Tate, who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? Like, who cares? Talk about Yu-Gi-Oh, Yu-Gi guy. But it's just so weird to see it happen, and so weird to see people just bend the knee. Now, once again, if you're put in their position, you got to realize other YouTubers probably told people what to say, and instead of just being a man and being a leader, as allegedly some YouTubers are claiming to be leaders, you can't be a leader by following the word of others who tell you what to say because the mob needs to be appeased. It's not how that works. It's not. It's pathetic. It's embarrassing. And to be honest with you, to everybody who has a brain, it's downright degrading to yourself. You sell yourself short in what you could potentially be if you listen to others telling you what you should be. It's embarrassing. And to be honest with you, like I said, I like the guy Triff a lot, but he definitely embarrassed himself tremendously. As you've seen said it, the strongest gazelle still gets dominated by the weakest lion. And what Triff did, man, listen to Gabe. He's talking to them strong gazelles, evidently. Listen to those people. It's embarrassing. And hopefully we can see YuGiTube branch away from Yugi Twitter, as once again, they're all political operatives promoting their bullshit with their light guise of being a Yu-Gi-Oh player. Fuck out of here, okay? This is where YuGiTuber plays. This is where YouTubers are. This is where Yu-Gi-Oh players play. And that's everything that matters at the end of the day. And I think it's really embarrassing when people try to bend the knee to those retards. I think it's disgusting and pathetic, and it just degrades yourself. Screw those kids. They're nothing. They're nobodies. And the more they harass and bitch about themselves, the more pathetic they look to everybody else watching on the outside. And trust me, everybody, way more, is watching on the outside, pointing and laughing at those losers. The best thing you can do is continue doing your content and say it like Yassine said it. I'm not here to deal with this crap, you know. I'm not here to hear these kids say and bitch about. This is not it. Twitter is goofy, and I don't need to deal with you retards. And that's the truth. Like, you don't need to deal with any of this garbage. I think people should understand that Yugi Twitter is being used by some YouTubers as a way to harass and attack others. And it's pathetic. And the top YouTubers, a little message for you. You're not going to be on top for long. Eventually, you get replaced. I've seen it. I've been around YouTube for a while. I've seen YouTubers get replaced. Eventually, you all get replaced. It's inevitable. Anyway, I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, comment down below. It's your boy V, and you guys all have a great day.